Thank you, everyone, for being here today. And like I was introduced, we have developed a new generation of cancer therapy within the area of precision medicine. We call this tumor-specific electroporation. So what are we? Yes, we are a medical device company with its footsteps from Lund University in Sweden. So I'm quite many flight hours away from my headquarters. But being a company that started 2015 and we made an IPO 2016 on the stock exchange in Stockholm, I would say we have come pretty far for being in the industry that we are. We have a patented technology that protects our product, not only the hardware, but also different kinds of disposables. That is obviously very interesting for the income and revenue models. As you can see, the device here is rather small, and that is one of the features that I see is critical for new medical devices, especially if you see your global market, go to market, how you would be able to do that efficiently without having too much of administration and loss of time. The interesting thing here is this is a technology that already has proven to work. And I think that I heard yesterday afternoon and evening in the opening speech, one question that everybody talk about is risks. And even though there's still risks in our company, I would say they are rather low compared to many others, as we have come quite far. The gentleman yesterday also spoke about engineers, talking about doing a 180 when it comes to re-engineering. And that is exactly what I did with my development team at ChemoTech. There were, still is, an older technology of electroporation out in the market that is designed to do half of what we do. It's designed to break down and kill the cancer cells, but the way they do it is not controlled. It is a static electrical current that is not adaptable to the different patients and tumors, and in most cases, it's actually not a drug delivery technique as ours is designed to be. It actually kills the cancer tumors by electrification. And what is the 180 degree I talk about? We at ChemoTech, we started to wonder if having a high power that actually kills the cancer cell, which we want to do, obviously, is the right approach. So we developed a first electroporation technology that is dynamic and adaptive to every single tumor and location where you want to treat. And instead of having a high load of energy, we wanted to balance that. So we create a balance between apoptosis and necrosis. And let's see what happened. This is how the therapy is performed. You see the device here. It's equipped with sterile electrodes that you insert into the tumor area at the same time as you give a very low dose of chemo. The efficacy increase of this therapy is so great that we can go down to almost only 5% of the normal dose of chemotherapy. And even with that, we can get non-responsive tumors to start to respond. The most important thing if you want to create a dynamic electroporation technology or any dynamic feature or technology whatsoever is that the physician gets information, feedback of how the process is being performed. And this is what this device is equipped with, but with an automatic intelligence, which means that the physician don't have to do any adaptation. The device will do that for him, almost like a automatic dosing system. We call it IQ. And it's designed to reduce the risk of burning tumors or ablative them. And to, by that, reduce the risk of destroying the immune response. And obviously, we want to create a better clinical outcome and a faster healing process. Our company's device is already CE marked in Europe, and the company is certified for ISO 13305. We are presently certified to treat multiple different indications, like all kinds of skin lesions, breast cancers, and head and neck cancer, and actually even some of the deep-seated tumors as well. We have a special functionality because the mouth and oral is very sensitive when it comes to therapy, and is also one of the most growing indications in Europe today. We already have a case report published in 2017 that shows dramatic effects of the therapy compared to the older generation. Obviously, we need more clinical data, and that's why I'm here today, to make partnerships with new investors and new technology partners to create more of these clinical data, not only on the existing indications, but also on deep-seated tumors as well. We have ongoing clinical trials in both Asia and in Europe for humans and for our animal care project and division. Here are some of the data from that case report, from having a really low clinical response from the older technology, the static one that actually burned many of the patients. We could increase that dramatically, and even these patients have large tumors well above 10 centimeters. They are also in a status where no other therapy shown to give response. We could create a complete remission in 23% of these cases. The key is to balance the electrical pulse and not kill it by the electrification, and have a soft opening of the membrane of the cancer cells to improve the uptake of the chemo. As well, it's of importance of distributing the electrical field throughout the entire area of the treated area you want to treat, not to create cold spots or non-treated tissue. That could result in a relapse. We have 3 patents. The dynamic feature is patented, as well as our treatment kits and disposable designs. We just recently got a patent here for United States and Asia for our deep-seated approach, where we can today, by stereotactic technique, reach tumors far into the body without having these steel electrodes going in parallel. We can go stereotactically from different angles to avoid important functions or organs. We have, last 2 years, we have also launched a new business area within animal care, a really, really interesting field for our technology and for medicine as such. Why did we go into animal care? There are many reasons, but one of the most biggest reasons are that industry is experiencing a great consolidation phase. Larger VC companies and corporations are acquiring a large amount of clinics, both in Europe and in US, which make the logistics, make sales, make partnership well rewarded. There's also actually more dogs that are suffering from cancer in both US and Europe than are humans. 25% of all dogs are indicated with cancer, and approximately 50% of the dogs above 10 years of age are indicated. We calculate quite low on these numbers of cancer patients. We talk about approximately 10 million dogs in US and in Europe that are indicated with cancer. For our business approach, when we're entering this market, we are calculating with a target of 2 million dogs and cats in both Europe and US alone. I know it's slowly calculated, but we prefer to be low in these than to over-optimistic. But this gives us a great opportunities with the right financial partner to launch this division strongly in the United States to help these DVMs that has very low alternatives of treating cancer. Only on disposables, that will within the next 3 years, in our calculation, give us revenues approximately on $60 million, and for our capital goods sales, $80 million. Have in mind, these 60 million in disposables is not one time. These are recurrent business, recurrent revenues, and will grow as we will grow in the market penetration. We're looking at perhaps doing a spin-off for our VetiCure and the animal care division that we would like to discuss with the right partners that are interested in perhaps goes as far as doing an IPO on our animal care division here in the United States, because that is by far the biggest market for us when it comes to treating cats, dogs, and even larger animals like equines. Thank you very much for listening. I know I didn't speak so much deeply on the technology. I hope that I gave you an idea of the opportunities that we have at hand with 2 already existing and commercial products, and the risk assessment that I told in the beginning, I see as dramatically lower than many early stage investments. Thank you.